Hi everyone, it's Elle, and today we're going to be doing sort of a music arty activity. So I actually asked my friend Erin from my previous camp if I could use this activity because she did it at camp. The first one we're going to do, she did. So it's sort of creating a mind map about all your favourite music and music you like, and thinking about why you like it and how it makes you feel, and also the different moods that you might listen to the music in. So you should have a white piece of paper. So for this first one you'll need a piece of paper, and for the second one you'll need one too, and you should have some either markers or coloured pencils, as well as a regular pen as well. So in the middle I've put music I like, and then I've started brainstorming around it. So I've put Dodie, and then I've also put sort of how it makes me feel. So this particular artist makes me feel less alone, so that's that one. So if you're thinking about sort of how the artist, the specific music they do, makes you feel when you might listen to it. And I think it's interesting because sometimes we forget the power of music and how we might or might not use it when we are feeling specific ways. So I think this is a really nice activity. So for this one, I've put the Beatles and Elton John because this reminds me of my granddad. So a lot of music for me sort of is rooted in memories or sort of times in my life, whether it's like specific years at school or holidays or like when I went to camp, for example. So definitely think about sort of how music makes you feel, maybe reminding you of someone or something. Then I put down Cardi B because their music reminds me of summer camp from last summer, especially because my cabin throughout the summer really liked Cardi B press. So I've also put Your Records on by Corinne Bailey Rae. That song makes me feel really happy and always makes me want to dance. So I'm doing all these different ones. And if you get stuck, you can always take a break or have a look through the music if you listen to music a lot. So I think I've done one music video. Well, not a music video, a video about music for the teens so far. But I think definitely thinking, especially during the pandemic, whilst we're maybe not in a normal routines, thinking about how we can utilise music to help us when we're feeling certain ways is definitely important. Something we do on the live streams a lot is listening to music all together, and I think that's something I really miss as well, sort of listening to music with my friends, because music can be both a social thing, like with friends or other people, or it can be something you listen to on your own. It can be both. So I'm writing down songs that make me feel chilled out as well. So I've got Brockhampton, Easy Life, and I think there's Claro as well. Yep. And Beebadooby. I never know how to say their name. It's the singer who sings Coffee, the one from TikTok, which most of you will recognise. I also put down ABBA, obviously some great tunes. If you heard me and Chloe, we were singing on one of the last videos I did, so definitely check that out if you want to hear some terrible singing. So I'm just brainstorming. So I'm going in with the blue and just decorating. Drew a car because we used to listen to those songs with my granddad in the car from the way home from school. And I also tried to draw a record player, which didn't look that great, but we'll roll with it. And I wrote Self-Care by the Chilled section because those songs make me feel chilled out, and it's something I do when I'm trying to be kind to myself, whether it is sort of taking a walk or doing nice things in the day. So this is the final mind map. And now we're going to get on to the next activity. So this one is a fun one, I think, I hope. So this one, basically, I'm using a book for this one, but you should have a piece of paper. I couldn't find any more paper. So I am designing an album cover. Well, it's actually a song, like single cover. But it can be an album cover, it can just be a poster for an artist, it can be cover for a song, anything. Basically, designing album artwork depending on how the song makes me feel, and also thinking about the imagery that's in the song. So I chose Claro's Hello, which also features Reggie Snow in it as well. So I'm sort of thinking about the different imagery in the song. I'm not sure, you might have heard this song, you might not have. You can look it up if you want. And I'm drawing a phone because the start of the song starts off with hello and it's like as if they're on the phone. So then I had a wild idea that I would draw Reggie Snow's name as the chord of the phone, and I was like, wow, so creative, and it actually works out okay. So that's what I did. But yours can look however you want. I'd recommend to sketch it out in pencil or lightly in pen. It's completely up to you. But I know for me, I can't start with the markers or the coloured pencils until I know where the colours are going to go and sort of where I'm going to draw stuff. So then I was going to do the other one, the other phone, and I'm going to write hello, which is the title of the song. And I think this activity is fun because it's arty, and also like you can make something you can stick up on your wall, but also it's nice to think about how the song makes you feel and how you interpret a song. So for the teen video this week, I am doing a activity which is thinking about how different people interpret songs differently, sort of like with covers of the same song, and how they are changed by the tone and how people, artists and listeners, interpret them. So this is definitely like linked to that, in the sense you're drawing for hello, for example, if you did hello, would be completely different because you've interpreted the song differently based on what the lyrics mean to you, what it sounds like to you. So for me, I sort of like, as you'll see now, I'm going to start colouring it in pink. The song kind of reminds me of like bubblegum pink and like light blues and like clouds, and it's a very dreamy song. Whereas for you, it might be completely different. The colours that you pick might be completely different. The imagery that you pick, depending on what the song means to you. So that's definitely a cool way to think about it. And it's kind of a way of thinking about songs as a sort of expression, and the idea that we all interpret music and songs and everything really, like books and movies, differently based on how we think and feel about certain things. So I'm colouring it in. So then I'm drawing Reggie Snow's name in black to make it stand out, because I'm thinking of doing like a blue background. And then I did a purple phone. Just I thought it worked quite well with the pink. So now I sort of outline the lettering with a marker, black marker, but I'm not really loving how it's looking right now, but hopefully, well, I do know it gets better. Well, I think it does, in my opinion. At this point, I was a bit unsure, and that's fine, because sometimes that's how it goes. So I'm carrying on. So this one was on a smaller page, because as I said, I did it in a notebook. But if you do it on an A4 page, which you should have in your box, you could definitely do it as the whole page, or you could do a concert poster, like I said. You could do anything that sort of is like interpreting their music and their lyrics and imagery, however it sort of looks in your head and however you think of it. It doesn't even have to be about the song. It can sort of be like feelings that you have when you listen to their specific kind of like music and their genre. So I've done that, and then I'm gonna try and do the background, but I'm not gonna lie, I could have used a ruler for this, but I chose not to. I chose to go freehand, which you could interpret as a mistake, but I rolled with it. I don't think it looks great, but I kind of made it work. And I do really like the blue against the pink and the purple, so I really like that. So that's what I'm doing. You could also, if you have any paints from previous weeks, if you've done previous weeks, you could always use paints on this. That would look really cool for the background, but of course using markers or the coloured pencils you have is also great. I had a bit of disaster here because my pen hadn't dried underneath, so it ended up looking blue, but I kind of liked it. So as we do, we just improvise as artists, and yes, that's how it's looking. So just added some highlights to the letters and to the phone as well. So here I wasn't really sure what to do, but then I decided to write titles of her songs, and I think I put some song lyrics on there as well, because I just wanted to fill the space, and I thought it'd be quite cool to sort of relate it specifically to her music and do little doodles depending on different songs. So that's one of her songs, Flaming Hot Cheetos, which are also a great snack. So I did it in red because it's obviously spicy. So then I outlined in a thick black marker to sort of differentiate between the album art and the song lyrics, but you don't have to do that. That's completely up to you. And then I am apparently a fake fan because I couldn't remember any of her songs, so I had to go on Spotify and look. But then it all came flooding back to me, so I wrote lots of different song lyrics and songs. So the next one I did, I think I'm doing it off camera right now, which is not good. So we'll see what that is in a minute. Oh yeah, Forever, another great tune. And I'm using different colours that I think sort of match the songs for me. And then Bubblegum, another great song. So I did a little doodle there. And then I just carried on until the page was filled. So yeah, that was the final product. So I would absolutely love to see your designs and your mind maps. I love sharing music and learning what other people listen to and sort of why they like it. So I'd love to see your mind maps or your album art or whatever you've created from this video. So I would love if you could send it to mary@campmorty.com on email, or on Instagram you can post a picture and tag @campmorty. Those will be great, and I can't wait to see what you've created. Have a great rest of the day. I will see you in the next video.